Well, good morning and welcome to Monday, New Year's Day for me, the day after DMDU. It's always a big day. You always think you're going to take the day off, but you don't because there's a lot of stuff to follow up. But before the day got away from me, I really wanted to record this video. And the main reason is just to say thank you. Thank you to everybody that participated in the event on Friday and Saturday, from all of you that logged in and consumed the content and were so active in your comments and your questions and your support, to our speakers from all over the world who absolutely nailed it. And to the crew, we had about 20 people working behind the scenes here over the weekend, from the production crew, cameramen, sound people, technical switching people, producers. We had makeup, hair, concierge, food, catering, the whole lot. It was 30 hours of live television over 2 days, which was huge. I didn't get to see much of stream one. Obviously, I was driving stream two, and I can't wait to consume some of that content based on the feedback. But like you, I'll be diving into the recordings. And so I wanted to remind you that the recordings are available for you to listen to, watch. If you've got the app, you can actually watch them offline like you do with Netflix. We've had some reports that some people in America are having trouble downloading the app. We've got a request into Apple. I don't know what the problem is. And Apple at the moment, because of COVID, you can't ring them. So we will get that resolved. But you can, in other countries, access via the desktop. But yeah, it was a huge couple of days. We had two reasons why we wanted to continue with the event. The number one was for you, the participants, because I just felt with what we're going through at the moment, being able to connect in with your community and be part of something that was positive and uplifting and took you out of the grind of the business and working on your business for a couple of days was critical. And giving you access to such great trainings was important, and also allowing you to find the opportunity in your business. If you haven't done the Opportunity Matrix training, let me know. I'll send you the link again if you can't find it, because it was all about looking at the basics in your business and then using the trainings from DMDU Connect to really narrow in on where the opportunity was. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. The number two reason we did it was because for our speakers, these guys are like you. They're running businesses and they need to grow them, and events are a big part of that. Now, DMDU is a no pitch event, and there was no pitching. Nobody pitched you anything other than, if you want some help, give me a call or email me here. So that all those people were there to present just to help you, and they're still helping you. There's still feedback coming. Ollie Belson was in the group today giving feedback to people, which was just amazing. But all those people committed to be part of DMDU last year, and I really wanted to honour my promise to them. And when I said we had to do a live streaming event instead of doing it in person, every one of them said they'd be there. And for some of those people, it meant they had to present in the middle of the night because they're on the other side of the world. But they all said yes. And then we were able to pick up a few more. We got Ezra, and we also got Amanda Gore, which was, Amanda's presentation on Friday was worth the price of the ticket for that alone. And if you haven't watched it, please go and watch it. If you need a laugh, it was just such a great way to close out Friday afternoon. And then, of course, we had Peter Shaw yesterday afternoon. I'm going to ask Peter to try and re-record his session if he can, because his internet connection was really, really bad. And we couldn't do anything more than the quality that it came to us with. So if we can get Peter to re-record it, we will, and we'll upload that. But on that, the team worked all weekend. So we worked all weekend. We had 4 computers running simultaneously on Sunday, and we have edited all 30 sessions. They've all been re-uploaded into the website in individual sessions with the speakers' presentation slides, so you can access them. Now remember, there's no presentation slides for Amanda, and there's none for Peter Shaw. But if you find any other issues with it, will you please let me know, or let the DMDU team know, but let us know with love, and we'll get it fixed. You use the same log-on details as you used to log on. If you haven't already logged on and for some reason you have an issue, once again, just email us and we'll fix it for you real quick. The biggest issues we had is people couldn't remember what email address they bought their ticket on, and they were using the wrong email to log in. One person wasn't even on the internet and they couldn't log in. And most of the others, it was just really basic things. We had to take you out of a physical event selling platform and move you into the online streaming platform to deliver the content. And so that was a really tricky thing to do, and we purposely left it till the last minute because we knew that people would lose their logins if we emailed them to you at the time. Plus I wanted to make sure that there wasn't anyone who slipped through the cracks. So yeah, so if you have any issues, just let me know and we'll make sure that you're in there. You've got 12 months access to this content now, and I will use it to build some more trainings and be in contact with you about implementing and just reinforcing that offer that I give at all our events. And I've already had people emailing me this morning. If you need me to hold you accountable, just email me. I'll follow you up. I don't sell you anything. I'm not trying to get you to do anything. You've already paid your price of admission. But if you want somebody to help you be accountable, just email me and ask me to follow you up in 7 days or 2 weeks or a month or whatever it is. Tell me what you want to achieve and I'll tap in with you and make sure that you've done it, because we all need some accountability sometimes. Now, I had a big learning over the weekend for me because, you know, I am a practitioner that does believe in don't let perfect get in the way of progress. And I probably, with this event, we took a pretty big bite and we chewed real hard and we invited a lot of friends to help us. But it was a big undertaking, 30 hours of live streaming. The lessons that I've learned, I'll use to build some stuff for you soon about live streaming and give you a breakdown of how we did it and the stuff that I would recommend doing again and the stuff I would never do again, and the learnings that we've had. It's becoming a big part of our business. Our studios here on the Sunshine Coast, we do a lot of live streaming. This is the biggest thing we've ever done, and I would never have done it for a client. I would only have ever done it for myself, first of all. But now we've got it sorted. I feel pretty comfortable that we know what it is. The number one thing, sound. Sound is the hardest thing to get right. Computers and the sound equipment, there hasn't been that connection yet. There's some really great equipment that allows you to take video into computers really easily, but sound is really hard because we were bringing sound in from live in the studio. We were bringing it in virtually from, say, Zoom for my stream, or we were using a platform called vMix for the number one stream. We had multiple presenters from around the world all wanting to speak at the same time, trying to get the delays right, trying to feed it back through my earpiece so I could hear them or so Sophie could hear them. It was massive. We had one of the best sound engineers I've ever worked with, and the poor guy, if he wasn't bald at the beginning, he would have been at the end. Dave just did the most amazing job, and the pain on his face when something would go wrong, just burnt my heart. So big shout out to David and Michael and Marguerite, who were my main team on driving that. Huge shout out to Christy Schofield, our DMDU content and community manager. She just did above and beyond. And to the rest of the team here, Iris, my partner, Mark, who works in our office, my nieces, who helped with hair and makeup, and my soon one day to be nephew-in-law, Jaden, who helped us with photography and stuff. There was just a massive group of people helping, and I want to thank them. But I also want to thank one man, and I'm not going to name him because unlike him, I don't need to make him feel bad, but he also taught me a really, really big lesson. And that's, in business, you have to know the market that you serve and the community that you're serving. And sometimes you are not the right fit for them, even if they want to pay you money. And there was one man who was just scathing over the couple of days about whenever we would have a hiccup. Out of the 30 hours, we had about 12 minutes of problems across the whole time. And none of it really impacted on the learnings. They were all sessions to do with the panels at the beginning, and it was me that looked like the idiot, nobody else. So there you go. But this one man, he was just relentless in telling me what I was going to say a bad word then, but basically just telling us how unprofessional we were. And I ultimately decided that the best thing to do was just to refund him his money. And he'd bought a heavily discounted ticket, so refund him his money, let him go, find the right community for him. And one of the things he said to me is that he was tuning in because he wanted it to be entertaining. And I said to him, well, I'm not an entertainer, I'm just a digital marketer. And I suggested that maybe he should use the money to buy a Netflix subscription. Well, he did, and he contacted me this morning, and he said to me that he actually did get a learning, out of the event, which is fantastic. Any day you learn something, it's a good day. And he said to me that the quote that I sent him was that he used was that if you want to be entertained, I suggest you should get a Netflix subscription. So he's decided that he's going to write a post about that, which is great. And he has sent me a copy of what the title's going to be today. And I just want to. This is just I just think it's gold, actually. And this is what he is calling his blog post. He's used my quote, if you want to be entertained, watch Netflix. And the reply that he's put underneath, the reply from a business owner when I complained about their poorly executed webinar that I purchased a ticket for. And then he's going to title the blog, What I Learnt from the World's Worst Webinar, Business Webinar. And what I loved about it is it reminded me of this fantastic ad of the Norman. If you're from Brisbane, you would know what the Norman is. It's a steak restaurant in Brisbane, and their catchphrase is Brisbane's worst vegetarian restaurant. Well, to my friend who shared that with me about the world's worst webinar, I just want to say thank you, because one of the goals that I set forward when we first launched this online thing was that I didn't want it to be a webinar. I didn't want you to feel like you were watching a webinar. I wanted you to feel like maybe you were watching television. And if that meant that in some ways the quality that we presented meant that we didn't quite reach that sometimes because people expected more, well, that's okay. You know, don't let perfect get in the way of progress. And I know, based on the numbers we had over the weekend, we had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people tuned in and consumed the content. And I know hundreds of you more will over the next few days and weeks. So for the from the world's worst business webinar, but maybe a pretty good digital marketing event, I'd just like to say thank you. I'd like to say that at some stage we'll probably do something again. I'm not exactly sure what it will be. It all depends what happens next. And on that, I think the next few months is going to be tough for all of us. I think, unfortunately, what's happening in Victoria could flow on through the rest of the country, and we are in for some pretty shaky times. But just remember, you are part of what I think is one of the best communities for digital marketers in Australia. We're a community of like-minded business people. We're not massive multi-millionaire work 2-hour-a-day people. We're people that are running businesses to create a better life for our family. And I hope you share that passion with me, and I hope that you find some learnings from the last few days that allow you to be resilient enough to get through the next few months. It's no longer about pivoting. It's going to be about resilience. You need to find out what you're doing. You need to double down on it, and you need to implement it. And I'm going to be here to make sure that you do. So thank you again for sticking with us. It's been a year of my life I never ever want to live again. I have a feeling we've probably got some more to do, but I want to thank you just so much that you enjoyed the concept, you enjoyed the content, you hopefully connected with some people online, you had some fun, engage in the Facebook group, be a part of this community, get stuff out of it. We're all here to help each other. There's not a problem we can't solve together. And even if it is a problem we can't solve, we can at least share it with you. And a problem shared is a problem halved. So don't let perfect get in the way of progress. Get in there, start implementing, start getting your business ready to be resilient, and start to drive it through the next few months and as we move through, hopefully, to a more normal time. Thank you for your connection to our community, and I look forward to communicating with you. Email me, info@dmdu.com.au or sonia@omnichannelmediagroup.com will find me. If you want me to hold you accountable, I will be your accountability coach, and I will help you steer your way through this next few months. Thanks very much, guys. Have a great week.